Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we've got a refresh, a Model Y refresh internal leak, and we've got more details to the point where they might not even be calling it a Juniper at all, at least the production. So we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics, but before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there. And you can schedule a phone call with me where we can go over your exact buying situation on how to get the best deal. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month. But more on that later. So it's Juniper, it's January, it's maybe not coming out in June like we've talked about. We've got some new details of a refresh internal leak on the Tesla side. We'll go through all the different details that we have uncovered so far, but some of these designs though, they're looking a little bit interesting for sure. Like this, I really hope it doesn't look like this, and I hope you all don't want it to look like this as well. I mean, this is probably a terrible Photoshop buying or Photoshop guide for sure, and hopefully it doesn't look like that. But here's another date as speculated from Ray for Tesla. Refresh Model Y is rumored to be sale in China starting on February 5th, the week after Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is, I think, January 28th. So it could be a very interesting time. So the first comment here, so August for US, and Ray says, I doubt it will be as late as that this time, because that'd be super late. And yeah, I mean, as Ray says right here, Tesla needs the refresh Y to boost sales. And I think it might happen in early Q2. And so Q2, I think it's going to be June still, June for Juniper. I think that has a nice ring to it, but June would be late Q2. So early Q2 might be a March or something around that time frame. But shout out to Dominique for posting and creating these crazy concept photos as shown here. You can see what it potentially could look like for a Model Y in a Juniper concept type of refresh on all these different pages here. And certainly, but let's get into the meat of this, because I know all of you are looking to get into this part. And so here's a post from Zong Wen. Some information about the new Model Y at the Tesla Shanghai factory. Quote, the internal code name for the new Model Y is currently in trial production is Opal, not Juniper. The Lingang factory is expected to be closed around the 24th of January, and new styled front and rear running lights with two beaks in the headlight. Interesting. Single steering paddle and on-screen gear shift. On-screen gear shift is just like how the Model 3 has it, the Cybertruck has it, and also Model S and Model X. But single steering paddle, I don't know exactly what that is. Maybe like the gear shifter thing, like maybe they're bringing that, or maybe it's one steering wheel. I don't know. That's an interesting one for sure. Available before Christmas, or available before Chinese New Year, and delivery in February at the earliest. Number 6, no performance, ludicrous version planned at this time, which, before we get all excited on that makes a lot of sense, because the China market and other markets as well usually don't get the performance, and so certainly that makes sense. US gets the performance in ludicrous versions. They're made out of like Fremont. And so that makes a lot of sense. Of course, this information is for reference only. Shout out to Troy Teslike for adding this. Lingang factory is actually Giga Shanghai. The 8-day Chinese New Year holiday starts on January 28th, and the performance version in China won't come from another factory. Giga Shanghai will produce it later this year. So very interesting to see all these different things here, all these different links. And I gotta say, like, maybe this Model Y Juniper is coming around sooner than we we expect, and maybe this is going to be a China release later on this year. And I'm still thinking like it might line up perfectly because maybe it gets released and maybe on Tesla's earnings call, which is January 25th, Wednesday, January 25th, they get to talk about it because it gets released a few days before. And that's what they might need. They might need some sort of wow factor because as we saw, deliveries and productions came under their own guidance and also under Wall Street expectations. So they need some sort of, guidance or some sort of preview saying, hey, a Model Y Juniper is coming out and we've got more exciting models coming out in the near future. But here's another concept from Dominic on what a Model Y Juniper could potentially look like on the ordering page. And I don't know, now that I'm seeing this front light bar kind of mushed together like this, I think I need to see this in person. I think this is one of those things where that light bar might look a lot better in person than on concept photos or renderings. But the funny thing with this, like when the Model 3 Highland came out last year and we were seeing renderings, they were pretty darn close to what it actually came out to be. So we'll start to see what actually is going to be happening in the near future. And of course, Ray for Tesla posted this, and I think this is an old leak fake Photoshop as well, because we can see this looks just like a Model 3 that's been raised up and essentially morphed to look like it's a Model Y, but it really is not going to be a Model Y. And shout out to James Cat for posting this summary of the recent rumors on the Model Y refresh timeline. China launch after Chinese New Year, started February. Berlin at the same timeline based on the post below. Austin Fremont probably the same-ish timeline given that they recently had downtime for upgrades. Best case is basically mid-Q1 for all. Worst case is probably by the start of Q2. So in case you don't know what that means, maybe mid-Q1, that's like a February to March, and by the start of Q2 would be April. And so really, if that's the case, we're not going to see deals on this type of vehicle for a while, at least until the end of December, because when they release these vehicles, they're not going to be any sort of subsidized interest rate or any sort of subsidized discount. But the one thing is for sure is they will have some sort of discount on the older generation, the older Model Y. And also I think maybe the older or the Highland Model 3 will start to get pretty interesting as well. And maybe we'll start to see a more of a separation between the Model Y and the older Highland Model 3 in terms of pricing and discounts and everything like that. But here's a recap of everything. The internal code currently in trial production is Opal, not Juniper. A nice little switch there. And maybe they did that so that people inside don't confuse it to be Juniper and they don't try and leak it or anything like that. Redesigned front and rear running lights, 2 brakes in the headlights, single stalk steering control exclusive to China maybe, on-screen gear shift feature, expect to be available after or before Chinese New Year, and deliveries could start as early as February. But still, at the end of the day, very interesting to see. And here's all the details in case you missed it. We just talked about with everything on the Tesla Model Y, and pretty exciting, the Juniper at least, on when it actually could be coming out. Before we get into our next topic, I've been trying to save money lately, and that's why we talk about this channel, trying to get the best deal on a Tesla. And I've been looking at our subscriptions like YouTube Premium, Netflix, trying to figure out how I could save some money every single month. And cutting expenses, it's kind of hard. We've been trying to rack our brain together and figure out how. That's why I'm so intrigued with our channel partner, Mint Mobile. They offer premium wireless starting at $15 a month. And I can get high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network, and I can even bring my own phone along with my current number and existing contracts. I'm sacrificing nothing. I've used Mint Mobile a ton, and I switched my second line to Mint Mobile, and I've been using it to watch YouTube and play podcasts on our daily commute and haven't noticed any drop in speed. And I can't tell the difference. So how hard is it to switch service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's actually hard, but it's not at all. Switching to Mint is super easy thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most of you now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. If your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. So if you want to save little money without the sacrifice, go to trymintmobile.com/DennisCW, also linked down below in the description, to get premium wireless for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. Thank you to Mint for partnering, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Austin, great to see you. Curvin, great to see you. ACC, QAnon, Roland, River, Austin, Mr. Fix It First, great to see you. Randy, Stymie, great, welcome in. Anthony, Austin, YSBH, great to see you. Haven't seen you in a bit. Blueberry and Bradley, great to see you as well. Thank you all for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. But we do have a giveaway that we are picking the winner to. So let's go ahead and do that. We're switching up the order here. And so every day for the past since December, but in January, we're doing a sponsored giveaway with MagBak. And so if you're interested in MagBak, they've got plenty of different accessories for your Tesla vehicles. They've got the rim case, which is a nice add-on that basically is like a phone case or a protector kit for your rims. And this is one of those things like you might as well buy or try and buy these because even if you're good at protecting rims, like I've been pretty good at protecting rims, but for some reason with Tesla rims, I curb them just easier. Maybe I'm just getting older for whatever it is. But they also have a really cool phone mount that we released a video on and is pretty nice as well. It's got this OEM look that attaches to the back of the screen and also charges it with MagSafe charger as well. And so yesterday, we are giving away we kicked off a giveaway for a set of 21-inch Model Y Uber turbines. And so you had to follow along with the different things and also put in a secret code on yesterday's video. So let's go ahead and pick the winner to that one. And then we'll kick off another MagBak giveaway at the end of today's live stream. And so the winner is no, it is not, because yesterday's secret question for yesterday was that if you could meet a famous person, who would that be? So Carlos, unfortunately, I don't see a famous person here, so we just pick another one. And the winner is the famous person I would like to meet is Steve Carnell. Congrats, Mr. Fix It First. Please DM me on social so that we can go ahead and proceed to shipping you this item for MagBak. And you have won the 21-inch Uber turbine rim case for protecting your Model Y 21-inch rims from MagBak. We do have another giveaway that's kicking off at the end of this. So certainly stick around if you're interested in checking out that giveaway. In this next topic, 0% interest is back in this market. And unfortunately, this market is not the US market, but it gives us a little bit of a preview what could be coming out for the US market, especially if Model Y inventory that this 0% is on starts to get back up to levels as we saw earlier, which it could be coming a lot sooner than you would think. And I'll tell you why. But 0% is now back, or 0% is introduced in the Germany market. It started on January 1st. So I guess in Germany, they have started to double down on top of other incentives that was in the Germany market as well. They had 1 year of unlimited free supercharging, and now they've changed that to 0% interest financing. What's nice with this is that this is a 60-month term in the Germany market for the Model Y. And so I could easily see this coming to the US back. We had this in December. It ended on December 15th. You had to place the order and everything. But I'm also curious, like everybody that placed an order by the 15th and you didn't take delivery by the 31st, is Tesla still honoring your 0%? I would hope they would do that, but certainly very interesting. But here's why I think this is coming back. Right now, there's really no Tesla incentives, especially on the Model Y. It's like back up to like 5.99%, and inventory discounts, they still are there, but they're more so on like Model Y performance. We found a couple today on our deal spreadsheet down below in the description where we found some Model Y performances at like 4,900, 4,800. But when you go to like long range, it goes drastically down to like 2,600. Same thing on like the Model 3 side. We're seeing them in like the at best 4,900, but there's only one vehicle at 4,900, which of course that one's going to disappear very, very quickly. But a lot of them are performances, and so it's getting back to that normal rhythm and where the performance has the biggest discounts and long range not so much. And if this continues to be the case, we are going to see a massive spike in inventory for the Model Y, because if no one's buying them, they're still producing them, unless they're going to start to not produce them as much, but they still have to hit sales numbers. And so that's why I feel like we could see some big incentives coming back to the US at the end of this month, or maybe even the second month of the quarter, which is going to be February. But here at the end of the day, Tesla Germany has rolled out 0%, and so it is possible that we could see some better discounts in our market as well. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. Sherwin, great to see you and congrats on your Cybertruck. Hey, everybody that's watching. Sherwin got a crazy deal on a Tesla Cybertruck, and I think he just released his details about that crazy deals on his channel. So definitely go hit that, check that out, and of course, give him a subscribe. And we're going to release a video about that as well. But really cool to see. And it's cool to see more people getting the Cybertrucks. And I think you got like the double digits discounts off, which is absolutely insane for a end of last. I don't know how you put that together with a last day of the year, last day of the 2024 type of deal right there. And this next topic, here's all the electric vehicles that lost the $7,500 federal tax credit. And this list actually is quite long. Shout out to Inside EVs for posting this. All the EVs and plug-in hybrids that lost the federal tax credit in 2025. You can see the federal government released their fueleconomy.gov website. And here is all the different vehicles that lost it. We've got the Chevy Bolt that actually lost it, which is pretty interesting. Nissan Leaf lost it. It went down to $3,750, or it lost $3,750. We got Nissan Leaf SC Plus. We got the Rivian vehicles, which I actually didn't even realize on the fueleconomy.list vehicle. I guess all of their vehicles, wow, lost the tax credit, which is not a good luck for sure. So I guess the only way to get that vehicle, to get that $7,500, is to lease it, which is kind of the big loop around with any of these type of vehicles. But yeah, that's a lot of vehicles. Rivian R1S, R1S, and R1T all losing the tax credit. We got Volkswagen ID4, ID4 Pro, and all the different models as well. And then we got a list of a bunch of different plug-in hybrids. And so it's interesting because I certainly thought there was more electric vehicles and more competition coming into the fold. But if these vehicles can't qualify for the tax credit, then it really isn't a competition at all, especially because Tesla has a lot of their vehicles qualifying for the federal tax credit, including a new vehicle, the Cybertruck single motor, which maybe that comes out, maybe that doesn't, but that could be a close to $50,000 brand new Tesla Cybertruck if it actually does come out this year or next year. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Dennis should do a Tesla buying guide like stocks. I mean, that's an easy one. Just keep buying. Dollar cost average is the real easiest thing to do there. Randy, on your accessory video, you show the new 3W mats with a carpet option on your model performance. I didn't see that option on the 3W website. Any suggestions? Oh, you did it? Interesting. I guess that's the set we were able to get, but that's it's a pretty nice set for sure because you get a little bit of both worlds with that set. And let's see, because they should be on here, but if you're interested, definitely check out 3W. I'll take a look at that and I'll see which one actually is available. They should go ahead and post it for sale and lock in the tax credit. Oh, you're saying like order up the ordering books? And I mean, at this point, well, they still have to sell old Model Ys and they still probably have a ton of old Model Ys. So they don't want to like kill the old Model Y essentially. Sty, they should go, oh, yeah. Austin, what do you think is the best Tesla accessories website? Well, Jaw was a good one. I really like them with all the different products because they kind of are a no BS company. They kind of just give you what accessories are the best, but there still is quite a few of them. But I really I've kind of categorized all the different Tesla accessories on my Tesla no BS accessories website on Google Sheets. You can see all the different ones. It's really phone mounts, all-weather floor mats, and center consoles. Those are like the top three I would say that you should get. And you can definitely check it out. Link down below in our spreadsheet if you want to see which ones are the best. And of course, discount codes and everything down there as well. They're really going to miss sales targets when the tax credit goes away. Yeah, it could be an interesting climate for sure if that actually happens. Randy, still waiting on my Model 3 long range all-wheel drive in Quicksilver with black interior and 19-inch wheels. Ordered on 12/10. Anyone else in the same boat? Yeah, it seems that happened to quite a few people. Randy, are they still offering your 0%? Well, I guess you don't know until you actually go to take delivery. So you're still probably a ways away, ways out. Kerwin, do you plan on getting the Juniper? Yeah, sure. Why not? It'd be, I think, a sick vehicle. Kerwin, what's your thoughts on ceramic versus PPF? It's a great question. So if you want to kind of just buy a Tesla and kind of do the minimum, I would say at a minimum do ceramic coating. And there's a company that I really like, Geon Ceramic. And if you are in the local area in Southern California, definitely check out our friend Andre at 24K Shine. He has done ceramic coating on our Teslas, our past Teslas, and I definitely recommend his work. He also used Geon, which is a great ceramic that as well. So definitely hit him up. Ask for Andre, the owner, and ask for the dentist deal so that he can hook you up. If you're going to do PPF though, there's plenty of shops down below in the description that we recommend as well. But another good one in our area that a lot of you actually have been going to, which has been pretty cool, is OC Tint Solutions. Not only do they do tint, but they also do PPF as well. And I would say at a minimum, do ceramic coating for the whole vehicle. If you want to pay a little bit more, do full frontal PPF, paint protection film, if you want to keep that car for 4 to 5 years. If you want to pay even more, then do the whole car in PPF. And then the maximum is whole car PPF plus ceramic on top, and make sure you choose one of the different materials in the ceramic and everything. I think my recommended for ceramic is going to be Geon, and PPF, it's kind of all the same, I would imagine, but you really want a good installer, and that's where OC Tint Solutions comes into place for PPF or tint. Ask for the owner, Jason, and ask for the dentist deal so that he can hook you up on a installation for tint or PPF. And also this Bulletproof Automotive Unplugged Performance does it. And if you're in the LA area, that's a good one as well. Tapia, great to see you. This Juniper might make me sell my Model Y Performance for it. And that might be good timing for you, Tapia, because I think you've had yours for 2 years at this point. And so certainly that would be a great segue into it, because hopefully you're not too flipped on it at this point and you've paid it down enough and everything. In this next topic, we might not see better discounts than Q4 this year. And let's talk about why that actually might be, because Q4 of last year for Tesla had crazy discounts in terms of relative to discounts for the past year. But we need to see what that did to the auto margins on that, the margins for each Tesla, like their profit, how much do they make per vehicle. And we'll start to see more details on that hopefully later, or we get some sort of insight on it hopefully later this month when there's an earnings call. But shout out to James Cat for posting this. Auto margin might be much worse than Q3, and I can pretty much guarantee you this right now. Now, even before running the numbers. Why? Because there was 0% financing in the US, earlier start of financing in the US, high percent of China sales, which could have a negative effect because of how competitive it is, throttle production, Cybertruck price cut, and Berlin wage increase in November. And so certainly we'll start to get a better picture of this to see like how deeper can they actually go with all these different incentives and discounts. And maybe Q4 might be our local maximum, and that might be the best. And all we can hope for is just a repeat of Q4 incentives, which was 0% for 60 months. There was inventory discounts all the way like 5,000 to 6,000, but we did see one at 9. We saw 2 Model Ys at 9,000 to 10,000. So that could be the biggest threshold for sure. But we also saw inventory discounts, referral discounts. It was kind of hitting on all the different cylinders for incentives. But here is the next date that if you're wondering and trying to see what type of incentives could be potential and if there's Tesla even has more room, this is the next date to look out for. And this date is the next webcast where Tesla is going to go on their earnings call. And that date is going to be January 29th at 4:30 Central and 5:30 Eastern time. And hopefully we get a better insight to see what was their strategy and if they could do deeper discounts in terms of their margins in the next year, which is this year. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Zero07, is it best to wait for more discounts if I already ordered a Model Y Performance at 44K, 7,500, 1,000 referral, shouldn't get delivery in 10 days, or write it on wait for more discounts? I'm torn now. I would say your deal is pretty good because I believe you got 0% already, right? And so that doesn't seem it's going to get better than that. Wait this summer? Yeah, maybe wait this summer. Tapia, crazy thing about the leak is no new seats. Yeah, but that could just be a placeholder. I know what you're talking about. Yesterday, there was a picture, a spy shot of a Model Y Juniper that was driving, and it seemed to show the older seats. But that could be just that a placeholder so that it wouldn't get photographed of the new seats, and they're waiting to release all that. McPhee, how long after Juniper starts to ship should we wait to buy to ensure initial build quality have been worked out? Well, the good thing with that is the Model 3 Highland, I don't think there really was any build quality issues right out of the gate. Of course, the Model 3 Performance had some issues with the rear drive motor or something leaking, but I think they fixed that for the most part, or at least they released a service bulletin. But I would say based upon Model 3 Highland doing a pretty good rollout, Model Y Juniper might be okay out of the get-go. But if I was waiting to get one, maybe December. I mean, also just because December is going to be the best deal in terms of deals. And so as we saw with the Model 3 Highland, initially there was no discount, there was no deals, but by December there was. And so certainly I would say if you want the best deal, just always wait until December. I know that's going to be a while, but certainly that's what it takes in terms of patience and everything. Austin, is the Tasmania mats good enough compared to the 3D mats? It's a great question. And so I have changed my stance on this because I have tried all of the different mats. I've probably tried like 20 or 30 different sets of mats. I've done the cheap Amazon ones, but even the cheap Amazon ones are pretty good at actually. I've done the Tasmanian ones, the 3W liner ones, and at this moment, 3W liner is by far my favorite at this moment. I've got a video coming out probably on this tomorrow, and they are the high quality versions and they're the best, and they're kind of actually the same price as the other ones. 3D mats, I gotta say not as good, not compared to the 3W floor liner ones. And I've got the 3D mats one in our Model X, and I can't wait to throw those out and get a set of 3W floor liner ones immediately. And so definitely I would say this is what I'm recommending these days. Good is going to be your cheap Amazon ones, but they're kind of the same price as the other ones. Better is going to be Tasmanian, and best is going to be 3W floor liner. If I had to put 3D mats, I would actually put 3D mats like right here between good and better. They're not even better than Tasmanian. And that's my review at this moment. So hopefully, Austin, that makes sense. Mace, haven't tried 3W, but got TexMat for the Model Y, which are nice. Would be nice to compare the two. Yeah, I've heard good things about TexMat, but I actually haven't actually tried them out yet, I think. Nestor, why the Tesla website not offering the CT, the 7500? Yeah, I've heard some rumblings about that and that they changed it, or like they don't know what's going on. Like the salespeople don't know, but it qualifies on the federal, but like maybe the teams haven't been trained on it just yet to make it point of sale. But I would give it a week or so and they'd figure it out. Bro, no hate, but I say your eyebrows are shaped like the Cybertruck body logo. Yeah, I did that on purpose because, we got a Cybertruck. We're thinking about getting another one, but thanks for all you do. No, thank you. Thanks for dropping by, Patel. Alex, any chance that the Juniper release would be trigger lower price Model 3? Actually, yeah, that's one of my predictions. And maybe tomorrow we'll talk about all of my predictions on what's going to happen in terms of pricing and deals. I do think the Model 3 is going to get a $3,000, maybe $4,000 price drop once the Model Y Juniper actually releases. In this next topic, will Elon change his stance on the $7,500 federal tax credit? We've got a new post here from Fred, which is kind of interesting here. So let's read it to you. Quote, considering Tesla missed its own guidance and talking about delivery production for Q4 and sales, and because Wall Street wanted, or they were predicting 507,000 and Tesla did 495,000. Quote, if you believe that it wasn't just a Tesla pump, and it really believed it could deliver more than just a few months ago, I think we might see a reversal on Elon's side regarding the EV tax credit. Quote, he's already too deep for a full reversal, but I wouldn't be shocked if he lobbies Trump for at least a phase-out period to give Tesla some wiggle room until it ramps up production of its new cheaper models. Quote, subsidies for me and not for thee. And so this could make sense. And I really don't think the $7,500 federal tax rate and like axing it on January 20th when Trump gets his is like on Trump's like first priority type of list. But maybe it is. But at the end of the day, maybe it could also take 100 days for Congress, for Trump to get Congress to try and pass something to limit it. But also you got to think of it, like all these manufacturers, talking like all the other OEMs, not Tesla, have invested a lot of money in factories in the US. And that's the goal of this $7,500 federal tax credit, to bring that revenue and paying jobs and production of all that stuff into the US versus China in terms of batteries and things like that. And so certainly I could see something like this, in where maybe the 7,500 goes through some of a more, not phase out, but a more stricter period, where it's not as easy to do like a lease to get the 7,500, and the money from the government on the deal of a 7,500 might have more stricter rules. And so certainly it could make a lot of sense, because at the end of the day, I mean, Tesla and Elon wants that money to go to Tesla and maybe not some of the other manufacturers as well. But before we get up all hyped about this production and delivery, there's one thing that whole Mars catalog did notice. So quote, Despite producing 36,000 fewer cars than Q4 last year, Tesla was able to deliver 11,000 more cars in Q4 of 2024. So maybe this is what we're going to hear about on the next earnings call, which is January 29th, and where the story that is going to be told is that, you know, they did everything they can to sell, but they also were running into production limitations, and so that's why they couldn't actually sell as many as they could. But nonetheless, it's going to be a very interesting year regarding the 7,500. If I was to bet on it, I really don't think the 7,500 is going to go away immediately, but maybe it's on the docket. But I guess we'll start to see as we go through the year in 2025. But let me know what you think on it. When do you think he's going to try and kill it, in terms of Trump is going to try and kill it on January 20th, or do you think it's going to be later in the year through 2025? But we're going to jump into the live stream comments. And we've got a giveaway as well at the end of today's live stream that will kick it off, so that you can find out the directions on how to enter into the giveaway. But if you're just joining in, welcome. There was another leak on the Model Y refresh Juniper, and it's a variety of different things. The first one is maybe it's going to go on sale after Chinese New Year, which would be February 5th. We've got more Photoshop or renderings leaked. We've got Dominique rolling out with ordering concept photos and pages of what it could look like. We've got this post from Zong Wen about how the factory in Giga Shanghai might be closed on the 24th, and that it could have new styling, and also how there would potentially be no performance model in the China market, which makes sense for sure. Just a viewer, what are your thoughts on Model Y 7-seater? The Model Y 7-seater is very small and really should only be used as like an emergency type of thing. Patel, can you put the poll to see how many vote you can get additional discounts off for healthcare, fire, police discounts like military? So you can see. Hey, that's a good question actually, because now that they have the $1,000 military discount, they should add some sort of other type of discount for the healthcare workers, which does make a lot of sense. Zachary, I'm interested in buying a Cybertruck. Should I wait or purchase now? Well, if you qualify for the 7,500, it might be worth it, but wait till the end of the month when we start to see more deals. Thanks. Also, are there end of Q1 discounts normal? Looking to get into the market end of March as Canada EV's incentives end that month. Yeah, they are normal, but Tesla has been pulling those incentives ahead, like into February. But right now, we're still seeing discounts. It's just not as aggressive as before. If you're interested in seeing what we are seeing, definitely check it out on our deal spreadsheet down below in the description. The best we're seeing is on Model Y Performance and Model 3 Performance. That's where you're going to see like the $4,800 to $4,900 off on those type of vehicles, or Model 3 Performance is going to be like $26. And the beauty with these is that this is before the Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, where you can save an extra $1,000 or up to $1,000 off of a Tesla vehicle. Christ, does the Foundation Cybertruck qualify for the 7,500 EV tax credit? It does not, because it's over the $80,000 price cap. So unfortunately, it does not. All right, so let's go ahead and kick off today's giveaway. So today's giveaway is also partnered with MagBak. Thank you to MagBak for sending us these items. So MagBak has a variety of different accessories. So definitely check out MagBak down below and use our discount code to save some money. They've got this cool phone mount that you can use on the back of your screen, and it looks very OEM-like, very sleek as well, and also charges your MagSafe phone as well. So definitely check it out. And they've got this rim case, which protects your rims from curbing, which rims can be easy to curb, and it's like a phone case basically for your rims that goes on top of it, and really nice. They've got it for the Model 3 and the Model Y. And so today we are going to be kicking off a giveaway for a phone mount. So this item right here, here's the instructions. So the first thing you gotta do is hit that like and subscribe to this video that you're watching, and subscribe to the channel. I will check via screenshots. You gotta check out the link to MagBak. Just poke around, see what their website has to offer. I will check and verify that you've done that, and I'll paste all of this in the live stream video comments, not the chat, the video comments that you can follow along. And you're going to comment the answer to this question on the video comments. What is your dream job? You're going to comment this answer. What is your dream job on the video comments once this live stream ends? So you're going to do that. Multiple entries are allowed. It's free to enter as long as you do all these different steps, and the winner will be chosen from the comments from the comment section tomorrow. But thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for hitting that like button in the comments and everything. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.